My dad's will required us to live on his Montana horse rescue ranch for 7 days, caring for his 12 rescue horses with zero outside help to claim any inheritance. My siblings didn't know he'd hidden solar-powered trail cameras all over the property. The lawyer read the terms out loud and my oldest sister, a corporate lawyer from LA, actually laughed. 7 days shoveling horse shit in the middle of nowhere. No cell service, no housekeeper. This is absurd. My brother, a plastic surgeon from Miami, crossed his arms. This has to be illegal. You can't force us to do manual labor for an inheritance. The lawyer just shrugged. You're welcome to decline, but Mr. Carter was very specific. Anyone who leaves early, calls a vet, or hires help forfeits their share. My youngest sister, a yoga influencer, pulled out her phone, already Googling how to contest a will in Montana. I didn't say anything. I'd spent every summer on that ranch from age 10 to 20 while my siblings were at boarding school and tropical vacations. I learned how to trim hooves, deliver a foal, treat colic, and start a fire in the wood stove when the power went out. Dad called it our sanctuary. My siblings called it that smelly ranch in the middle of nowhere. We showed up on a Sunday morning. My siblings brought designer suitcases full of loungewear, a portable generator, a satellite Wi-Fi hotspot, coolers of caviar and wine, and enough prepackaged meals to survive a blizzard. I brought a duffel bag, Dad's old leather work gloves, and his horse first aid kit. My brother looked at my bag and smirked. Traveling light? You really gonna play cowboy for a week? I just smiled. He had no idea what he was walking into. Hour 3. They realized the satellite hotspot didn't work in the valley. My oldest sister held her phone above her head like she was trying to catch a signal from heaven. This is insane. How do people live like this? I was already in the barn checking each horse's water and hay the exact way Dad taught me. Slow, calm, talk to them like their family. Hour 6, they still hadn't figured out how to open the automatic water troughs. My brother kicked one and called it broken. It wasn't broken. You just had to release the pressure valve first the way Dad showed me 100 times. I filled the troughs, checked the horses for ticks, and didn't offer to help. They huddled on the front porch cold, hangry, complaining. I could hear them through the kitchen window. I can't believe he made us do this, my youngest sister whined. He was always so weird about these damn horses when he was dying. My oldest sister nodded. This ranch is worthless anyway. I'm selling it to the cattle company the second this is over. Bulldoze the barn, sell the land. Why is she even here? My sister gestured toward the barn toward me. She barely visited the last 2 years. Probably think she was Dad's favorite. My brother laughed. Please, Dad was too out from the chemo to remember who visited. I stood at the window listening, saying nothing, just kept billing the hay nets. Hour 12, my oldest sister finally cracked. She stood up, brushed off her cashmere coat like she was leaving a country club. This is ridiculous. I'm not sleeping in a house with no hot water for a week like some redneck. I'll contest the will. This can't hold up in court. My brother grabbed his suitcase immediately. Thank God, I've been waiting for someone to say it. My youngest sister was already walking to the SUV. They didn't say goodbye. Didn't even check if the barn doors were locked. I watched their taillights disappear down the dirt road. Then I went inside, made coffee in Dad's old percolator, and sat on the porch. Days 2 through 6, I lived exactly how Dad and I used to. Woke up at 5 a.m. to feed the horses, rode the trails every afternoon, read his old Western paperbacks on the porch at night, fell asleep to the sound of the horses whinnying in the barn. Day 5. I noticed a small trail camera mounted in the oak tree near the barn. Solar panel on top, tiny blinking red light. Dad always said those were for watching coyotes. I never thought twice about it, but now I couldn't stop looking. I walked the property, found 11 more. One by the creek, one facing the porch, one inside the barn. One else had those cameras seen. Day 7, the lawyer's truck pulled up the dirt road around noon. He was carrying a small wooden box. Congratulations, you completed the challenge. He set the box on the porch railing. The ranch, all the horses, and the 200 acres of land are yours. I stared at the box. What about the money? Your siblings split it 3 ways. Your dad was very specific. Whoever stayed got the ranch. Whoever left got the cash. He paused. There's one more thing. He opened the box. Inside were USB drives, 8 of them each labeled with a date. Your dad asked me to give these to whoever completed the challenge. He said you'd understand. Not yet. After he left, I plugged the first drive into my laptop. Footage, dated last Thanksgiving. Hitching camera. My siblings standing around the couch while Dad napped in his recliner, his cancer blanket draped over him. How much longer do you think he has? That was my oldest sister. My brother checked his phone. Doctor says maybe a year. Good. I need the money for a new surgery suite. First thing I'm doing is selling this ranch. My stomach turned. Then the footage cut. New angle, porch camera, same Thanksgiving. Me and Dad sitting in his rocking chairs, blanket over both of our laps. I miss being here with you, I said. Then come home. I will, I promise. Take spring when you're feeling better. I'll hold you the But the screen went black, then a title card appeared. Text Dad must have added himself. I heard everything. I saw everything. I was never asleep. Now you know why the ranch was always yours. I just needed you to come back one more time. Love, Dad. I sat on the porch for a long time after that. USB drives in my lap, the horses whinnying in the barn. My phone finally caught a signal at the top of the hill. Text from my sister. So what did you get? The ranch? LOL, have fun with that money pit. We're splitting $450K $3 ways. Enjoy your horse shit. I looked at the barn, the mountains in the distance. The camera is still blinking. I typed back 2 words. Dad says hi, then I blocked all 3 of them. He always said he'd have the last word. Took him until after death, but he got it.